Hello Havenites, this next video will be a special promotion for an upcoming Playwright's play reading performance held on Friday, October 18th. And on the next slide for this video is more information on this special performance. Even though my most recent show that I wrote titled Unwelcome Friendship didn't unfortunately make it to be featured on the bill for this special performance, the following did make it. On the next slide for this video is those that did. Congrats to each of these fine authors. One of the other writers featured in this play reading performance, Steve Dupre, that I had the pleasure of performing as one of his other works during the pandemic in the fall of 2020. That play skit was titled We Paint Anyway, and it was featured into a special online showcase show presented by FLCC during the pandemic, titled Voices in Isolation, Pandemic and Protest. The following is my scene that I had performed in the short play skit titled We Paint Anyway, written by Steve Dupre. I portrayed in this skit a painter trying to paint a beautiful masterpiece of art during the pandemic. This play, again, was featured in Voices in Isolation, Pandemic and Protest for FLCC in the fall of 2020. Thank you, Steve Dupre and FLCC. There's a meme floating around out there with 3 frames, all identical. The drawing is of an artist alone painting at his easel. The first frame says, artist before pandemic. The second frame says, artist during pandemic. And the third frame says, artist after pandemic. The implication, of course, is that as an artist, my life is supposed to be unaffected by all this. Wrong! There's this idea that artists are strange little creatures who don't fit in with the rest of the world, and so they continue just not fitting in during this difficult and horrific time in our history. There's an idea that artists need to suffer in order to create, and so, hey, this should be the perfect time for our creativity to soar. Pain begets beauty, right? The more pain, the more inspiration. The more inspiration, the more work. The more work, the more beauty. It does sound like perfection, doesn't it? And for the first week or two of isolation, I thought the same thing. I'll get up every morning the way I used to before art became a business for me. I'll create things I never created before, step out of my comfort zone, and really soar. But you know what happened? None of that. Life went on. I taught my classes completely online. I organized my studio so that it was neat and clean in preparation for the massive influx of creative ideas coming my way. You know, because of the suffering. Most artists I know are just people. They're not characters out of a biopic weeping into the arms of some unknown and forgiving and supportive partner. They don't escape to a shed in the woods, a loft in Soho, or a pond at Walden to do their work. And every artist I know has both ears. We're people. People who worry about their kids and get angry in traffic when they hear through the grapevine that Walmart got a new shipment of toilet paper in. We're people who wait for inspiration with bated breath, and when it doesn't come, we just paint anyway. We don't wear smocks, French berets, and smoke French cigarettes. We're people doing our work, just like you. The following is Steve Dupre's contribution to the 2024 Playwrights Play Reading event. I will be present at the 2024 Playwrights Play Reading event to read as the narrator/stage directions for two of the featured shows, those being titled Passing Through, written by Dan Martins, as well as Something Blue, written by Chris Woodworth. In conclusion, I hope to see you at the upcoming Playwrights Play Reading 2024 performance event held on Friday, October 18th. It's sure to be a real blast of a time. And that's all I have to say about that. So until next time, Havenites, take care. Bye. H names rock. Like, subscribe, and come back for more.